You've heard about it. You nodded along in conversation, but you have no idea about basis or will it get a step up, but you want to. Let's talk about it. All right, grab your favorite mug. It's time for coffee with your retirement coach. Welcome back to Coffee with Your Retirement Coach. I'm your host, Aaron, and with me as always, step up to the mic.
Hey, buddy.
Nick.
Hey, man.
No, we're going to address something that is really, it's confusing and it's important. Oftentimes people in conversations have heard basis and whether or not it's going to get a step up, and they don't know if it applies to them. They don't know what it means, and it is a very important thing to understand.
Well, it is. And Aaron, I'm going to put you in the hot seat today. And the thing is, you have been dealing with so many of these step up and basis issues recently where we're catching mistakes, where, kids are potentially, and their liabilities are being attached to mom and dad's stuff. Tax issues when we go to file, when, the final tax return, when the parent passes away. And so many of these mistakes and so many of these issues could be avoided, but we don't understand it. So let's break it down easy today and very basic. Like, what is basis? What is step up and basis? What does this look like so that we can make smart decisions in our own lives and avoid some of these costly mistakes?
Absolutely. Nick, I literally went through this with a buddy of mine recently, right? First and foremost, basis. What is the basis? It's what we've paid for something. So in other words, I've got a home, right? I bought the home. What I paid for the house is my basis. In the time that I've lived in the home, the market value has gone up. Many people find themselves in a place where the value of their home now far exceeds what they paid for it.
Especially the last couple of years. Oh my gosh.
And then we consider that profit. Now, anytime that we profit in this great nation, we've got a family member that becomes very interested in our success, right? Is it our uncle?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite uncle?
No. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
So understanding what our basis is, and your basis can change. Like, so in my house, if I did an expansion, there are some other things that I could have spent money on that my CPA might be able to help me ascertain that I now have a higher basis.
You finished off, the patio, built a sunroom, new floors, new kitchen, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Right.
So that's important. But Nick, what's the most important question, or the more important question?
Yeah. I want to know what this little thing called step up in basis is, because what is it?
Yeah.
Do I want it?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah. And so many people are like, well, why does it matter? I'm getting the house, or I'm getting the property.
Yeah.
I'm getting and the thing about it is yes, but in the worst way. First thing, and we're completely skipping it. You love me, Nick. I'm one of your buddies, right?
I love you, buddy.
If you said, you know what, I'm gonna give Aaron some cash in 2025. How much cash could you give me?
$19,000.
Well, that's a weird number. And I was really hoping for 25,000.
Don't like you that much.
Now,
I love you.
Why can you give me 19 this year?
That is the limit that the government set. It's the gift tax limit before I'd have to file what's called a 709 gift tax return. So, Aaron, I know that we have been through a lot of these stories where people don't understand step up in basis, and they mistakenly make some decisions that cost them big tax bills.
Somebody told them they could do it. They never talked about should we do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's use one of the easiest examples that you and I see all the time in the firm.
Sure.
Okay. People come to us and they have a family unit, husband, wife, they own a home. Walk us through what the difference is between a step up in basis and doing this wrong is.
So often we see mom and dad love Junior. They want him to get to the house. They want it to be his ownership at the end. And either they have a lack of confidence in their estate planning documents, or they're worried something will go wrong. So while they're alive, they add him to the deed. Now, the reason that that's problematic is if, let's say it's $1 million home. Not uncommon, in our area and in much of the country to be in $1 million home. And oftentimes $1 million home that, the basis, what they paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Basis, what we established there, it's what we pay for the house, and then sometimes there's expansions, renovations, work with a CPA to figure that out, that covers what we've spent. What we have spent on this property, not subject to taxation, right? Not property taxes, but if we go to sell the house, we
Right.
don't pay taxes
Right.
on that. What we do pay taxes on is the profit. Now, if we add Junior to that title, we have gifted him 1/3 interest in the house
Of $1 million
of a
house.
$1 million house at the basis of what they paid for it.
Right.
And Nick, that's a problem because when he inherits it, if he goes to sell it, he's not going to get a full step up. What should they have done, Nick?
Right.
If they would have put it in their will, that house goes to Junior, if they would have established a ladybird deed or put it into a trust so that through those courses it goes to Junior, but by way of inheritance, when they pass away, he gets a step up in basis through inheritance. And now the basis is the full market value of the house.
So they pay $300,000 as a basis.
Yes.
That home's $1 million. You're saying he has no tax bill.
And he would have no tax bill, Nick. And here's the thing. Think about it. So many people are paying 15 to 20% in capital gains tax. 15 to 20% on that kind of profit is a lot of money. It is worth doing this and doing it the right way. Basis should be protected, should be studied, should be held accountable, and it's often not.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting about this? You know, we see these mistakes being made around real estate quite frequently.
Yeah.
But it's not uncommon to see people add, children to their bank accounts, to
Brokerage accounts.
yes, all kinds of other assets. And what I share with the audience today is that's a big, big mistake.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
There's better ways to stay in control. There's better ways to get the assets to Junior.
Yeah.
Okay. There's better ways that aren't going to add Junior's liabilities, their potential for lawsuits, their, potential divorce, etc. You will keep those things away from your assets by not putting their name on it, but still you could give them access for control purposes, allowing them to help write checks, help monitor bank accounts, investment accounts, or even more, purposefully making it through a trust, or as Aaron said, maybe a ladybird deed, get that piece of real estate to him at death. Why unnecessarily pay too much in tax when you don't have to?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Step up, basis.
Step up basis. So for our audience today,
Yeah.
Aaron, I really like how you shared this and positioned this because there's so much misinformation about what basis and step up and basis is. You will ruin this opportunity for step up and basis by adding people's names to the assets.
Yeah.
Don't do
you
it.
can do it. And it will work, but you're going to forfeit so much profit. You're going to forfeit so much that you've worked hard for. So do it the right way, optimize, seek wise counsel. So if you have a personal question and maybe you're afraid to ask that desk person that you're going to be in front of, email us at connect@yourretirementcoach.com. Give us the scenario. Ask, am I going to be forfeiting something if I do this and I do it this way? You've come this far. Stay coachable. We're not touching. That was good though. No.
My energy was high. I was feeling good.
We were talking about Dr. Cloud and having boundaries, and I've established one. So. We hope you enjoyed today's show, but you may have questions for our coaches, and they can be emailed at connect@yourretirementcoach.com. If you know someone that needs to hear this episode, we encourage you to share it. As a reminder, the content of this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as advice. On behalf of our coaches, we want to thank you for listening and for being coachable.
Yeoman's Consulting Group, a registered investment advisor YouTube channel based in Marietta, Georgia. We strive to provide comprehensive wealth management services for every stage of the journey. This platform is solely for informational purposes and is not offering advisory services or sales of securities. Investing involves risk and possible loss of principal capital. Comments by viewers or recognitions are no guarantee of future investment outcomes and do not ensure that a viewer will experience a higher level of performance or results. Public comments posted on this site are not selected, amended, deleted, or sorted in any way. If applicable, certain editing of personal, identifiable information and misinformation may be deleted. The opinions expressed herein are as of the date of publication and are subject to revision due to changes in the market or economic conditions and may not necessarily come to pass.